coaching the three most important regular season games last year, we did see him in front of the media more so than any other first-time head coach. But at the same time, it's now his program. It's his team. It's his deal. He is the guy. I saw him on the side set as well with the Big Ten media crew and with the Big Ten network. And yeah, he's not the most talkative guy, but he gives very complete answers. He's very intelligent. I was super impressed with him, and he just seemed a little bit more, not that he was ever not at ease or nervous or anything like that. I'm not saying that in any such way, but it's clearly his program, and he's very confident.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say so, but I also think he was a bit reserved and mindful and humble. He knows he has still a lot to prove, right? He's taking over a well-oiled machine for the most part. Like, yes, there was departures in the draft, but there is also some extremely talented individuals who are coming back this year, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So, and obviously he had to like reconfigure his entire coaching staff and revamp the recruiting department. So, even though Sherrone Moore did show the ability to be a good game manager on those 4 games last season, there's still a lot to prove. And I think he knows that. I think, at the end of the day, yes, Jim Harbaugh did anoint him as the next head coach in Michigan, but he has to prove that he is, in fact, qualified or worthy to be the head man at the University of Michigan.
TJ's live tonight for his call-in show, so give TJ a call tonight over on the Michigan channel. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So Donovan Edwards, I didn't see the players who showed up. So who else was there besides Donovan Edwards?
So we have Donovan Edwards, Makari Page, safety Makari Page, and then Max Bredesen. These are your senior leaders for this year. And interesting interviews. We also got some questions in for Makari Page. We were able to ask Makari Page the transition from Jesse Minter to Wink Martindale. So that's cool. We're actually uploading those videos as we speak to the Michigan channel. So any of our Michigan community in the chat, stay on the lookout for those. Those are uploading as we speak. But yeah, I mean, well-represented players in Michigan. We do have a senior class that I'd say is a bit, not as high in numbers because so many left last year in the draft. But, Donovan Edwards really is the face. I think we all know that. He's obviously the face of the video game. There's a lot of pressure on him, and as JR was talking about with Donovan Edwards, it's his year, and we're going to see what he can do because he's going to get the Blake Corum role where he's going to be RB1. So, I think the players represented themselves well at Michigan or at Media Day today. The vision is the same. Win a Big Ten championship, go to the college football playoffs, and contend for a national championship. The vision has not changed, even though there is a change at the helm at head coach. But, I think you could see the transition, which is what Michigan wanted, did transition to the players. And it's good to see that, we aren't losing anything that we had, but the question remains, Mark, and I know you agree, do the results transfer to the field? And we're going to find out together.
Sherrone Moore definitely seems to be very confident in Grant Newsome taking over the offensive line.
Absolutely. Yeah. Grant Newsome is what we call a fast riser. He is in high demand. There were rumblings that he may take an NFL position, but Sherrone Moore was able to rein him back to Michigan. He was formerly the tight ends coach last season. So he's worked shoulder to shoulder with Sherrone Moore personally, and without question, he is the next man in charge in terms of offensive line. But not only that, there is a belief out of Ann Arbor that Grant Newsome could be a future head coach at U of M. He's another one that's being groomed. Former player who unfortunately had a tragic injury that made him have to medically retire from football. He almost lost his leg over this injury, and he's the epitome of a Michigan man. Just high character, extremely high IQ individual, and I do expect the offensive line to maintain its level of dominance. Now, do I expect it to be Joe Moore award-winning quality? No, I don't. But do I expect it to be elite? I do.
Got TJ Ronan on the line. You can catch TJ, of course, every Tuesday and Thursday. So it is Thursday, folks, and it's your opportunity to talk with TJ directly. The call-in show on the Michigan channels tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You join John Diadamo and TJ Ferris Khan as well on Tuesdays, and that's at 8 o'clock Eastern time as well. All right, TJ, before we let you go, any other parting shots, anything else that we need to talk about?
I mean, nothing too much on that end. I think Michigan is going to take the approach of defending its title, being the hunted. Sherrone Moore talked about that, also saying we are still hunting. Just because we are a hunted team now, we are also on the hunt. And, Michigan has a lot to prove. There's some rumblings with the quarterback situation heading into camp. Is it going to be Jack Tuttle? Is it going to be Alex Orji? I don't think we know. I know there's some people within the industry who are hearing rumblings that it might be Jack Tuttle. I'm not there yet on that. I think the coaching staff has not made a decision. I'm looking forward to fall camp. But as it stands right now, Michigan's looking to be a contender for the Big Ten title this year, heading into the season. And I think Sherrone has the team in the right place, but we're going to see, how it goes through fall camp. And then obviously when we get kickoff start of September.
Picked fourth place by the Big Ten media. I think that's
what are they doing?
Fair to a certain extent. I don't know what they're doing.
No, I agree. I would.
Yeah, not that they can't win the Big Ten championship. So I don't think there's a gap, a substantial gap between 1 and 4 necessarily.
Yeah, no, I would. So I would put Ohio State and Oregon above us. The Penn State one's questionable because they just haven't done it. But I mean, I understand the media's perspective in the sense of uncertainty at quarterback, new head coach. You got to prove it. So it's up to Michigan to prove it like they've done the last 3 years. And, show the media, show the world, show the fans, show the rivals that Michigan is still king of the Big Ten. So it's up to us to do it. We'll see what they can do with it.
I mean, I'll be honest. I was swayed by Donovan Edwards today. He was probably the one that, talked the most about his past and who he was. And he opened up and talked a little bit about last year. He wished he got the ball more a little bit. And, how sometimes he wanted to, tell Sherrone Moore, hey, get me in there. I want to carry the ball. But obviously Blake Corum was one of the greatest running backs, in college football playoff history. So, there wasn't a whole lot to complain about, but then he talked about his faith this offseason and how that's changed things and how he just feels like he's a different player. I think at one point he said he doesn't even feel like there's a starter in the running back room. Obviously that's not true. He's, trying to talk about anybody can get carries and doing well with that. But, it was really interesting to hear about his mindset. I don't know if he'll have, a better year than I expected. I already expected to have a pretty good year with him being on the cover of the video game and everything like that. But at the end of the day, it was interesting to hear him talk about the mindset change from last year to this year. And I know there's plenty of Michigan fans in the chat, so they'll appreciate an Ohio State fan talking well of one of their players.
We always talk well of Michigan. They are the national champions. They are the 3-time Big Ten champions. So I don't know that I've ever uttered a negative word about Michigan football.